His commitment to public interest stood out during his 2.5 decades at the bar. In a landmark case titled Balochistan Bar Association versus Government of Balochistan, PLD 1991, Quetta 7, the young barrister Qazi Faiz Isa represented the Balochistan Bar Association to successfully challenge the Criminal Law Special Provisions Ordinance 1968. In another case titled Begum Said Qazi versus Quetta Municipal Corporation, PLD 1997, Quetta 1, Barrister Isa represented himself and his family, resulting in the Balochistan High Court directing strict compliance with the building code in the area under the jurisdiction of Quetta Municipal Corporation. During his tenure as the Chief Justice of Balochistan High Court, Chief Justice Isa rendered several notable judgments. In Muhammad Salim Khan versus Government of Pakistan, PLD 2013, Balochistan 10, for example, he upheld the prohibition on state-funded Hajj for government officials. In Nasreen Khetrani versus Government of Balochistan, PLD 2012, Balochistan 214, Chief Justice Isa emphasized the importance of the fundamental right to information under Article 19A of the Constitution and consequently directed the respondents to ensure the operation of all schools in the province and to further ensure that teachers attend schools to impart education through proper and periodical monitoring by the district education officers. In Ikramullah versus the State, PLD 2012, Balochistan 16, Chief Justice Isa demonstrated his commitment to environment by emphasizing the importance of protection of wildlife in Islamic tradition. In Gira Naz versus the State, PLD 2010, Quetta 61, and Ata Muhammad versus the State, 2010, YLR 3000, Chief Justice Isa upheld women's right to marry out of their own free will. After a 5-year tenure as the Chief Justice of Balochistan High Court, Chief Justice Qazi Faiz Isa was appointed to this apex court where he has served for a decade. During this leg of his judicial career, Justice Isa continued to serve the cause he had championed at the Balochistan High Court. In Shah Zaman Khan versus Government of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Province of Sindh versus Lal Khan Chandio, Justice Isa once again highlighted the human burden to care for the natural environment, drawing strength from Islamic sources among others. Similarly, in a number of judgments including Muhammad Rafiq versus Ghulam Zora Mai, Laila Qayyum versus Fawad Qayyum, and Munir Hussain versus Rifat Shamim, Justice Isa protected the women's right of inheritance. In the famous Faizabad Dharna judgment, Justice Isa dilated upon the right to assembly and protest and the reasonable restrictions that may be imposed thereon. Importantly, Justice Isa noted that the right to protest is circumscribed only to the extent that it infringes on the fundamental rights of others, including their right to free movement and to hold and enjoy property. Justice Isa further held that intelligence agencies must operate within their mandate, and any transgressions into the realm of politics by these agencies must be held accountable. In September last year, Chief Justice Isa took oath as the Chief Justice of Pakistan. Since then, Chief Justice Isa has exhibited extraordinary judicial leadership. Upon taking office, Chief Justice Isa called a full court meeting after a long hiatus. Under his leadership, the Supreme Court collectively decided to live stream proceedings in cases of public importance, promoting transparency and accessibility for the masses. On the judicial side, Chief Justice Isa, without wasting time, upheld the constitutionality of the Supreme Court Practice and Procedure Act 2023. In doing so, this court approved Parliament's decision to abolish the Chief Justice's absolute power to constitute benches and fix cases. This was a pivotal moment in our judicial history, and Chief Justice Isa's role in ensuring greater accountability and transparency within the judicial branch cannot be overemphasized. Another important contribution by Chief Justice Isa is his role in the conduct of general elections held on February 8, 2024. This court, under the leadership of the Chief Justice, paved the way for all stakeholders to agree on the set date for the conduct of general elections. This ensured that our country continues to tread the democratic path. There was yet another hurdle when the Lahore High Court, through order dated December 13, 2023, in writ petition 8083 of 2023, suspended notifications issued by the Election Commission of Pakistan, whereunder district returning officers and assistant returning officers were appointed. Had the suspension order of the Lahore High Court been allowed to hold the field, the general elections on February 8, 2024 would have been a virtual impossibility. Chief Justice Issa, without any delay, on 15 December 2023 suspended the Lahore High Court order and cleared the path to the general elections which were held, and our democracy was once again saved. In a nascent democracy like ours, the role of the apex judiciary is not only to preserve democratic values, but more often than not, it is to actively shield it from ever-evolving challenges. In his tenure, Chief Justice Issa saw democracy through a particularly turbulent time. Throughout his time on the bench, Justice Issa has promoted democracy, transparency, and accountability, not only generally, but also for himself and his own institution. I can say without hesitation, on the occasion of his retirement from bench, that his father, the late Qazi Muhammad Issa, one of the founding fathers of our country, would be proud. We wish him a happy retirement and hope that he will continue to serve democracy, rule of law, and constitutionalism post-retirement. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Attorney General. Now I request Mr. Farooq Hamid Naik, Vice Chairman, Pakistan Bar Council, to deliver his speech.
Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Honorable Chief Justice of Pakistan, Justice Qazi Faiz Issa, Honorable Justice Yahya Afridi, Chief Justice Designate, Honorable Judges of the Supreme Court, Mr. Mansoor Usman Awan, Attorney General for Pakistan, Mr. Shehzad Shaukat, President, Supreme Court Bar Association, distinguished members of the Bar Councils and Bar Associations, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. It's an honor and a privilege to stand before you today as we gather to bid farewell to an individual whose career exemplifies principles of justice, integrity, and judicial independence. Today's ceremony not only marks conclusion of Justice Qazi Faiz Issa's tenure as Chief Justice of Pakistan, but also reflects continuity of a tradition that strengthens our judiciary and reinforces its vital role in democratic fabric of our nation. This gathering is a moment to reflect not just on remarkable contributions of Justice Faiz Issa, but also on the journey of our judiciary as a whole. Supreme Court stands as one of the three pillars that uphold the state alongside Parliament and Executive. The trichotomy of power ensures the rule of law remains at the heart of governance, safeguarding rights of people and sanctity of our Constitution. Since the birth of Pakistan, judiciary has played a crucial role in defining justice and governance. As one of the three pillars of state, alongside Parliament and Executive, it is entrusted with interpreting Constitution, protecting rights, and maintaining balance of power. Judiciary has evolved over time, adapting to societal changes while safeguarding rule of law. In its early years, judiciary worked within a legal framework inherited from colonial rule, gradually asserting its independence. Landmark decisions shaped democratic norms, though political pressures and executive overreach occasionally tested its autonomy. Yet, through these challenges, courts emerged stronger, ensuring civil liberties and justice in times of uncertainty. Independence of judiciary is the principle that judiciary should be free from outside interference and be able to make decisions fairly and impartially. This means judges should not be influenced by other branches of government, private interests, or partisan groups. Independence of judiciary is important because judges often decide matters between citizens and state or between state and powers of entities. In Pakistan, Article 2A of 1973 Constitution states that independence of judiciary should be fully secured. In Sharaf Faridi's case, Supreme Court explained that it is a duty of every judge to decide matters in conformity of facts and his understanding towards law without any influence and pressure. An independent judiciary is vital to protection of human rights. It is absolutely essential to resist undue influence and provide remedies for justice problems. Judiciary in Pakistan must provide an expeditious and inexpensive remedy in matters relating to ordinary litigants as well as matters relating to infringement of fundamental rights. Independence of Pakistan judiciary has changed over times, where judiciary used to defer to Pakistan's military by legitimizing martial laws and military dictators who were dominant actors in Pakistan politics. First Constitution of Pakistan, as passed by the Constituent Assembly, was framed in the year 1956, and preamble of the objective resolution could be termed as the grand norm of Constitution of Pakistan, which has incorporated securing federalism, parliamentary form of government, independence of judiciary and social welfare state. Objective resolution, which was passed in the year 1949, became part of substantive constitution by incorporating Article 2A in the year 1985. Unfortunately, our military dictators did not allow Constitution of 1956 to function and abrogated the same in the year 1958, and that very insurgency derailed democratic system in Pakistan. This unlawful act of the military dictator was unfortunately upheld by Supreme Court of Pakistan in Dawson's case, reported as PLD 1958 Supreme Court 533. Another constitution was framed in the year 1962.